Hey, Willie, I'm glad that radio reached you, man. I'm so glad. And I'll let you a little bit more. I'll let you know a little bit more. I got the afternoon here to going, Willie. But look, man, I'll let you a little bit know. I'll let you a little. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'll let you know a little further. You can watch all my videos. They're perfectly fine for you to watch, young man. But I want to let you know a little bit further about how my heart went out to you and I seen you on the news. I want you to know I love you so much, man. You're close to my heart like my brother. My brother was born and he had a car accident when he was only 2 years old. And because of that car accident, he became borderline retarded. Let me wipe the camera off. It's kind of blurry. He became borderline retarded. We'll just call him by his first name. His name's Lance. And I'm sure it's okay with Lance that I use you, man, because I'm going to try to get you and him hooked up and being long-distance good friends. But Lance has had a struggle through his whole life. He is on disability right now. And he still called me thieving. And he still talk like this. And everybody that knows him in the small town of Thermopolis, Wyoming, I hope he don't get mad at me, man, because y'all need to be friends so bad. And there's no last names being given now, so I haven't broken any rules with my brother or anything like that. But my little brother Lance has grown up, and he's had a hard time making it his whole life. Everybody makes fun of him. Everybody can tell that him and his wife, he is married, by the way, so keep hope, man. Lance is a good man. He found a partner for life. I have a feeling that those two are going to be together forever. In fact, I think that his wife will be happy to talk to you also. But man, there are a lot of mean people out there. I had to go read my story, scroll back, and I'll have a couple of lifelong stories there to tell you. But I got picked on in school. And I'll tell you this, because you can back up and show it, but I'll be brief about it so you can then back up and look at my video. But my mama accidentally run over a child when she was going to pick up for me from school. About the same time that there was no seatbelt laws or anything like that going on, and there wasn't that many car seats out there. And my poor brother Lance, he rolled out in the middle of traffic. It gave him a blow to the head, and from then on he wasn't never the same. And he's had a hard struggle in life. And I've always held that brother of mine close to my heart. We always fought over Mom when she was still alive, because he always took up for her, and his strength is out of this world. One time he took up for her. He took up for his mom one time because I wore her hat. Her cowboy hat was hanging above the door. And he got mad because I put the cowboy hat on, and he lost his cool, like he snapped like that. And that boy is so strong, he lifted me up by my neck completely off of my feet, and told me, "You're not supposed to wear Mama's hat. You're not Dad's hat. You're not supposed to wear Mom's hat." And that can just show you that he lost his cool, and he loved his mama so much that he was fighting over his own. He was fighting with his own brother. And I forgave him instantly because I knew that he knows he has mind problems. And like I say, he called me thieving. "Hey, thieving, how you doing?" So, anyway, I can know how big of a battle it is to be picked on. Furthermore, I got picked on whenever I was a child because I have ADHD, and I had to go to special ed classes. And I had people that I went to school with that, especially the girl that I went to school with, my mom had run over. The girl had charged through she charged through the middle of a crowd and ran right in front of my mom's car right when she was picking me up for school. And then later on after that, my little brother got in his little accident because it was in a Volkswagen MG, and he was in the front seat. And the seatbelt or something. I don't know what the issues or the details about it, but my mom did have him secure, and for some reason, when she went to go turn the corner, he slid out of the car into the crowd, or into the street, and it bumped him on his head. But anyway, my point is, and then also my mom accidentally ran over that child that charged in front of her car. She went completely through there was a group of kids over here that was over there on the side of the road. That's before they had to line kids up. You know, they line the cars up, and they let them, in elementary schools especially, they make you pick up your child one at a time. A lot of the schools you know, they open the door for you, they unstrap the child, they take the child into the school, they're careful with that situation. Back then, it was just pull up there, and then you had to, everybody was a free-for-all. They would go to the cars. They would mingle through the parked cars. And anyway, there was no safety measures being taken back in those days because of that reasons. And I think my brother, when he got in there, or when my mom got in an accident with that girl, that was in that small town, a small town of Hereford, Texas, that, you know, she got run over by my mom. And so my point is I didn't know why until later on in life, but I got picked on all the time because I was in the car, I was in school with and they called me retarded, they called me everything, they told me, you're in there with all the retardo kids and this and that, and I hated that, man, because, you know, and at the time that I was going to school, no one told me that my mom and what happened, you know, they kind of swept it under the bus. They told Ruth that she had gotten hit by a bus, and she didn't get hit by a bus. It was actually by my mother, and I didn't find that out till later on after I had quit school and gave up in life, I gave up life on that time, and I didn't start having a lot of my problems till after I moved out of the house. But let me turn on the lights, Willie. I wanted to tell you that y'all be good, dogs. Anyway, I wanted to let you know that story in my life because stop it! Now stop it! Go in here. Go in there. Come on. Get in the house. Go in the house. I'm sorry I had to raise my voice there. My dogs are crazy. When I get home in the afternoons, they want to play. But anyway, I want to tell you that I was a child that was picked and poked at my whole childhood. I was made fun of. I was called retardo kid. I was called loser kid. They would walk by the classroom and they would laugh at me and point at me and make fun of me and poke at me. So I got picked on pretty much my whole childhood, the whole time I was in school, and I gave up. I quit school. I got tired of it. I got tired of the kids picking on me. And that's a lot of the reasons why I went down the path I went on the road that I went down in life, is because I had a hard childhood growing up. Well, now, later on, I get in this accident, and you can read all about that in my past videos, but I've gotten in a motorcycle accident, and I've turned my life around, and I've realized all the things and mistakes that I've made in life, and how much I could make a difference in life. And I thought that my YouTube channel only got 150 subscribers out there. Willie, please subscribe for me. And if you got any friends in your hometown, tell them to subscribe to me too, because I'm trying to stand up for here on this YouTube channel and stand up for what's right. Talk to the people that I need to talk to. Hopefully my videos will come and people can learn from me and my mistakes and not make the same mistakes that I've made in the past. And I'm still kind of shy myself. I don't want to come out there at full throttle and tell everybody all the problems I had in my life, because I'm still new in my recovery with my physical recovery here. And as far as my emotional status, I haven't really grown too much mentally and matured too much mentally until lately. YouTubers help me. And I'm sure you got a lot of you might be on YouTube and you might have experienced that. I don't know. I would sure love to see one of your videos. I would sure love to talk to you in person. I will let you know this. My number is 817-333-8660. And I live in Fort Worth, Texas. And, man, you just don't know how. I thought it was a shot in the dark. I thought I was never going to get to even speak with anybody online about you. To speak with your dad over line, to hear him say that, man, it's like I feel like Superman now. I feel like that I've helped somebody out there that has had problems just like something similar to me and my brother, you know? And that don't give up, man. Never give up, never surrender. It's a lot easier to give up and quit. That's easy to quit. It's very easy to quit. I understand that. It might be a little bit harder not to quit and do the things you need to do and accomplish the goals you need to accomplish in life. But that's for quitters. Don't be a quitter. Don't give up, man. No matter that post office worker is a pile of crap, and I hope he got fired for that. Because that just the U.S. government shouldn't tolerate that. I don't know. I'm going to follow you as best I can. But I just wanted to tell you, man, I love you so much, man. I really do. My heart goes out to you, and I don't even know you. And I'm glad that I could sit up in here, and you've given me the strength and courage to move on. I've wanted to quit making YouTube videos a lot here lately because of my physical ability to work, my wife having to struggle working at Walmart, didn't know if I was going to be able to qualify for any of the apartments to be moved into. I'm living in a small by the way, I finally got in my apartment. Yay! But anyway, Willie, you don't give up, man. If I can do it and I can make it and my little brother can make it and not give up, he don't care about what people laugh at him about. He doesn't care about what people say about him. In fact, he lives in such a small town, everybody in the whole town knows him. They know who he is. And I tell you, if anybody, it doesn't work. He tried to move down here to Louisiana, and he got in an accident, him and his wife, and people just didn't treat him too good. He didn't have many friends. He was having problems fitting in. And so he went back up north to Wyoming, and he's got lots of friends up there. They know him in town. They know who he's about. And if one person even picks on him, I'm so glad he moved up there. They got everybody in the whole town to deal with him. He has ability. He's very disabled. He has very limited ability. He does drive a car. I thought for years he wasn't going to be able to drive a car, Willie. And he surprised me. He passed his driving test. In fact, the accident that he ended up getting in, it wasn't his fault. It was somebody else's fault. And that lady ended up having 2 other accidents and having, I think she was on some kind of drugs at the time of the accident, or she had been drinking or something, and she was in a lot of hot water. And that was in Louisiana. But I'm so glad, Willie, that I got in touch with you, man. You have really, man, I feel like Superman, like I said, man. You're going to make it in life. And my little brother, he's got his license. He actually drives everywhere. He actually is self-sufficient. And no, he don't. Hey, let me tell you something, man. I walk into a store where my wife works and where she used to work one time, and everybody would sit over the loudspeaker. I think somebody said over the loudspeaker, "Fashion, please." And my wife was so embarrassed. She told me, "Hey, go home and take the Christmas tree striped shirt off and the red sweatpants off and go home and change clothes and then come back and stay the rest of the night with me until I get off work." And this morning, when I went to go to my doctor's appointment, or back up, when I went to my daughter's not a graduation ceremony, but she got an award that was so awesome. She got an award for being she got nominated for Employee of the Year. I don't think she won the final award, but at least within a handful of like 24 people, those people were cream of the crop. Those were the people out of literally thousands of other children. She got chosen to be there. And she told my wife, "Dress daddy. Dress daddy." Because daddy doesn't know how to be color coordinated. And I don't, man. I'll walk out of the house, man. I'll walk out of the house with all this hair all sticking up on end. I have a hard time, sometimes grooming myself, and I'm having to learn a lot more mature things in life because I didn't physically grow too well through my childhood or through my past, because I didn't do a lot of things the right way. And I don't want to get into a lot of that because they're very embarrassing things, Willie. Some things you just can't put out there to the world because they'll slam me on YouTube. They'll call me this name and call me that name, and I don't want to be picked on. But I will let you know this, Willie. Don't give up, man. I'm a grown man. I'm almost 50 years old. My wife still has to dress me. And that's no joke. My own daughter has to dress daddy. This morning I got up and she says, "Oh, no. Take them pants off. They're frumpy. You're going to a doctor's appointment. Clean your hands. Take a bath." You know, she just jokes around like that now, and I know that, and she jokes around. But in my past, whenever I first met my wife, whenever I was 26, that's just a joke. I've learned how to do that. And sometimes I don't, you know. I could just tell you stories and stories and stories of things that I've done, you know. There's a couple of times where I had this guy named Pete. I worked at his place. This is another story. And I had my shirt pulled up over my head, you know, tucked around like this to where, you know how you pull your shirt up over your head like this. And I had my back showing, and I was out there working hard. I forget what it was. But Pete tried to tell me, look, man, you need to pull that shirt back over the top of your torso. And don't do that in front of my business. It just makes you look bad. He kind of, I don't know if his wife was mad at me more than Pete. But Pete kind of, you know, he kind of had a smirk on his face when you know, smirk like that. When he was trying to tell me, hey, Limpy, look, man, don't put your shirt like that up over your head. This is a place of business. You're not supposed to be having your belly hanging out and your tattoos on your back showing. It just doesn't look too well for me. Please don't do that. But that's just my perfect example, man. I still get called out of the gate to this day. I still end up sometimes getting caught out of the gate. And that's just so important that I put all these things out there to you. And yeah, I'm going to let this footage roll until my camera cuts off. And I can keep telling you these things. All the way down to just a lot of things, Willie. A lot of things in my life has been trials and trials and trials and tribulations, and failed and failed and failed. And we would hang around friends. My wife had friends when we first met, and we didn't get invited to too many parties or anything, or go play pool somewhere at a pool hall with somebody. I think here even recently, about a month and a half ago, I worked at a place and asked the boss man, can I go? Can I go? Can I go? And my wife says, you need to quit saying that. If they want you to come, they'll invite you. And I'm saying, but how come we never get to go? And my wife did take up for me, and she talked to, a couple of people that didn't invite us, that have been friends with us for a long time. She says, you just don't know. It's one of them things where he's hyperactive. He's always talking. The boss man's upset with him. He talks too much. He does too many things to get on the boss's nerves, and the boss and all the employees there were going out to a get-together to go to the pool hall and have a good time shooting pool. I didn't get invited. It made me feel really bad. In fact, I didn't cry about it, but it made me feel bad, And when my daughter tells my wife just jokingly, it still gets at me. It still eats at me. But I'm saying, man, don't take it personal, man. There are other people out there in this world that have a lot of the same problems that you do. And I've been very successful in my life. Look at some of my videos, man. I used to be partners with 12 different real estate properties. I used to be partners with car lots. I used to be partners with a rat raising business that I had a zoo here lately, not a zoo. I here lately had a video that told about all my past and all the things that I've done. And I'm only a YouTuber, been a YouTuber for maybe 3 to 4 months, 5 months max. And I wanted to quit making videos so many times because somebody would get on there and slam me about my past. They would make fun of me. They would call me names. And all my YouTubers out there, what few I had, it didn't even make sense to me. I'm like, man, I'm over here kicking the bucket over nothing. I only got 150 subscribers. I mean, look at Pete. He's got thousands and thousands. And he's getting paid for YouTube videos. I want to be able to make money because I don't think I'm going to be able to make that much money in the future anymore. I want to make a little bit of money and pay for me and my wife a new car. My wife drives around a crappy car. It's got the dummy light coming on. Today she got pulled over, matter of fact, because her tags are out on the front because she can't get it inspected. If you can't get the thing inspected, you're not going to get your tags. That's just the way it is here in Texas. Same way with anywhere else. You don't got an inspection sticker, you're going to get pulled over. And the police officer gave her a break and said, look, man, I understand the situation you're in. I'm going to cut you some slack. Because it doesn't look like, because the car, I mean, telling you, man, it's got things wrong with it. It's got the headliner out of it. The muffler's fixing the muffler's almost dragging the ground. And we can't afford to pay for that. So, yeah, we get picked on about that car all the time. It rains more inside the car going down the road than it does outside the car because it's got a sunroof because it leaks. And we can't afford to fix it. So I'm still getting picked on every day. I still get laughed at. But at the same time, here's a perfect example. A police officer pulled us over and we got a break. You know why? Because the police officer could probably see. And she did tell him, I'm a single mom, or I'm a mom now, having to raise a, she didn't say single. I don't know where that come from. She didn't say that. I promise she didn't say that. She says, I'm the only parent right now that has a job in the house. That's what I was trying to say. She's not the single parent. She's the only parent in the household that has the ability to work. But anyway, I got to get off here and go because I'm running out of minutes, Willie. No, my battery's going low. Okay, I can keep going. But anyway, and somebody's trying to call at the same time. But anyway, she got cut a break because the officer looked at and seen the situation she was in, and he could read the kind of book by its cover. He knew that she was, because she told him the truth. Hey, I'm the only person in the family working right now. My husband's can't work, and I don't have the money to have my car fixed. I don't have the money to get it inspected and pay all the bills to get it brought up to have all the things fixed with it because it has so many things wrong with it. It's not going to pass inspection because I think the ECM is out. It's got some problems with the wiring in it or something. And why? It's because it's got rain that comes in it. I mean, my wife's windshield wiper don't work. She has to go down the street and the windshield wipers, they get stuck, and she has to open the door and unstick the windshield wipers, and they'll go like this. But we get made fun of, I'm sure, poked and fun of, and we've even, get off the road! Get that pile off the road. I've had a couple of people tell me that because we're going slow when it's raining because we can't go that fast when it rains. My 72 Chevy truck, I finally passed inspection on that because it doesn't need emissions. And I love that 72 Chevy truck. And if I can come this far in life and I can finally get something in these things that I dearly drew, everything that I'm getting here lately, I am very grateful for, man. I've lost everything. I used to be well off. I didn't used to have to worry about money. I didn't have to worry about where my next meal was coming from, you know. And now all these things are coming around, and my wife has to keep this job working at Walmart, making this little tiny check. And money is going to be so tight that I didn't know what I was going to do. If we can do it, Willie, you can do it, and don't give up. And I'm sorry that I back up over my words, and you can tell that I'm hyperactive, and you can tell I say things a million times, and people are always telling me on my YouTube channel, they're making fun of me because my camera's too close like this, and I'm talking like this, and I got my grill up in the camera because I forget to zoom out and zoom in because I'm using a phone to shoot the videos with, and it's not a very good camera. And anyway, I can't say it enough. Don't worry about whatever the people say. Don't worry about what they say, because you're going to find haters out there. Haters will be haters, man. And let this be a perfect example. Two kids growing up in this world that are brothers, and everybody's made fun of us our whole life. And if I can do it, and my brother can do it especially, and get his license and become self-sufficient and have a wife, meet somebody, guess what? She's got a disability too. They found each other. They're perfect for each other. Where he lacks, she makes up for. Where she lacks, he makes up for. And together they're one. They belong together. They're soulmates. So don't worry about meeting people in the world that'll be your friends. One day you will have a special person in your life. I can almost promise you that. I used to think my brother is doomed. He's never going to have no friends. He's got a whole town full of friends right now. He's got a wife right now. He's got a nice, beautiful truck. That truck's nicer than my truck. He's driving around a nice truck right now. Very nice. It's a Ford crew cab. They got their own problems. I'm not even going to mention their problems. Let them tell you their problems. Maybe they'll get online and make some YouTube videos and stand up for what's right, and because of you, move forward. I don't know, man. Anyway, I got to get off here, and I'm going to let you go, Willie. And have hope, man. This is only the beginning, man. Now that you've been put out there on the map and everybody sees how big of a butthole that post mail service, everything happens for a reason. You're going to accommodate a lot of friends and a lot of support. And thank you very much for getting my message. And thank you, Willie's dad, for noticing my video. I don't know how you found it, dude, but you found it. And thank you very much, man. Peace out, man. Take it easy. Bye-bye, man. I could talk for hours. Bye-bye.